It's a common sense recap of the big stories. It's Katz and Cosby on 77 WABC.
And with us is Larry Kudlow, one of the country's leading economists. And the market almost hit 43,000 today, Larry.
Yeah, it's a really strong. I think it's a record today on the Dow. I know the S&P 500, 5,800, that is a record. And it was a pretty good week. I mean, it was a roller coaster week, but it ended strong over 400 today. And interestingly, stocks up 5.11 for the week. Bonds, interest rates are rising again. That 10-year, which got as low as 360, that thing's up to 409. Mortgage rates have also gone up about 50, 60 basis points. And, you know, the inflation is going to be harder to curb. I mean, CPI inflation came in hotter than people thought. It's much stickier than people thought. My view is the Fed never should have gone 50 basis points. Frankly, I don't think they should have even gone 25 basis points. They'd be better off waiting because you had decent jobs number and a stickier inflation number. And it looks like politics to me. So anyway, what else can I tell you? Consumer confidence slipped again. Consumer sentiment index is so interesting. It's running just south of 70 on the index. And it actually has been weak now for the last couple of years. During the Trump years, the sentiment index was hovering around 100. That's how far away we are from a truly positive sentiment index.
Larry, I think it all depends on what happens 26 days from now.
Well, I'm sure you're right about that. But this sentiment index, you know, goes back a couple of years, pre-election cycle, and it's been soft for quite some time. And I want to say one other thing, speaking of the election. Trump is announcing all these various tax cuts, no taxes on tips, no taxes for seniors, no taxes on overtime pay, no double taxation for Americans living and working abroad. He now will permit interest deduction for car loans, which we used to have a long time ago. I think in the 80s we still had that. But these are, my judgment is these are great pro-growth tax cuts that are helping a lot of people above and beyond the original Trump tax cuts. These are affecting middle-income people. Every one of these, overtime pay and tips and things like that.
Especially for waiters, busboys, cab drivers. All those tips, tax-free is a lot of money.
I know, and I think that's 100% right. But even the others, the overtime pay, that's like a blue-collar, hard-hat working thing for the most part. Working class folks love that. And the other one, no double tax if American citizens make some income overseas. That's been something that many people have pushed for years, and Trump finally came out for it. I mean, I know he hasn't been elected, but he's come out for it in his platform, extended platform. But these are pro-growth things that will really help middle-income and lower-income people who work. And that's what I love about this. And Steve Forbes was on set with me, in our show, and Steve had a very good point. He said, Trump is building a flat tax. He's taking out all of these goofy tax hikes that have been built into the system for the last 40 years. And it will eventually allow, with the economic growth and Elon Musk budget cutting, it's going to allow low taxes, which is going to be great. We can get back to 3% growth or 4% growth. It's absolutely really positive, constructive things. So anyway, I've now thought of everything. I'm still trying to get past the flu. So I'm giving you my best shot here.
Thank you so much, Larry. And I'll be listening tomorrow at 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock. And we have a whole economic conference on Saturdays. Larry Kudlow from 10 to 1 and Steve Moore from 1 to 3.
Yeah. Sorry about last Saturday. I apologize, but
hey, your health is more important.
I just was not good. I was thinking about fleeing to the Milky Way, but I decided to stay in America.
Well, you're better off staying in America. Thank you so much, and have a great weekend.
Thanks.
At your job, do you ever have to deal with a nose roller? How about a snub pulley? Well, if you're installing a new conveyor belt system, dealing with the different components can sound like you're speaking a foreign language. Luckily, you've got a team ready to help. Grainger's technical product specialists are fluent in maintenance, repair, and operations. So whenever you want to talk shop, just reach out. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.